I am looking to set up for Rare Challenger for the summer. Need advice there, and I'm playing Contender Rare Classic. How can I improve my gallery without breaking the bank? I think the only thing you can really set up, we've kind of spoken about MLS already, Red or Dead, but actually, if this is what you're aiming at, I actually like Brazil a little bit more. Like, you will need MLS cards, right? But I would wait for the classic prices to roll back a little bit further, because they will. The market will die for them. The demand will die for them. And, like, for example, I'm eyeing up a Mat 3s for no real reason beyond having another one and trying to play. Like, I'll be covering it as it happens and stuff like that, but I'm going to try and do Challenger Classic into in-season in this coming year. So another Mat 3s is going to help me. And I'm just using him as an example, but his price has been holding at like 45 quid until today. Somebody's listed one for 22, you know. So the longer I don't buy this, nobody else is buying it. You know, I'm hoping to get this for under 20 quid, and then that's where I'm going to pounce if it happens, as an example. So like, there still will be prices to fall. And don't get me wrong, if somebody that you like in that region is like £1, £3, some of these NYC guys are pretty shit, to be honest with you. But like Santi Rod is a great guy to get. Great guy to get for 30 quid. Very good. Now, the problem with this right now is MLS is going to have all sorts of movement. You don't know who's going to move. You don't know where they're going to move to. In the league, out the league, whatever. So I would be more like, see for your summer stuff, like guys like Santi Rod and, I don't know. I'm just going to use guys that I like, right? But if you look at gold, for example, what's a gold going for? 80 quid. You wait for a gold to fall to the 50 mark or something, and then kind of scoop them up. So I'd have a list of the guys that you want and you like, and really just keep watching them. You'll see the prices will come down, and one day you'll wake up and you'll go, wow, gold for 30 quid. Jeez, that. So you've got 3 of the oldest goalkeepers known to man. So, like, Guzan, I think, signed on, hasn't he? Clark is a free agent, and Fry is a Seattle legend. He's probably not going to play for a different MLS club. So they're all kind of fine enough. Your defence, like Justin Glad, Robin Janssen can be okay, but the rest of these defenders are pretty naff, aren't they? Midfield, Pedro Santos used to be good. Yamil Assad can be good. This needs midfielders. You need to play double mid with a team like this. And your forwards. So yeah, like I would definitely have a little list of like 3 guys up front, a couple of guys in midfield. Like I like Gold, I like Santi Rod. Puig, I don't know if he's going to have much of an injury discount, and like who knows when he actually comes back, you know. But he's top of the food chain. Injury discount isn't bad, by the way. Not bad at all. And the thing about him being injured is he is so unlikely to leave. Like, so unlikely to leave at the moment. And this is like Boscagli, isn't it? But in midfield, essentially. I don't think that's bad, but you do need to sit on it for a while. You could maybe get that down by another tenner if you sit tight a bit longer. But in defence, I like Mickey, of course. Big fan of him myself. And defenders in MLS are really hard. There's not any smashers, really. Walker Zimmerman used to be a bit of a smasher. Tolkien could be good. Wagner has been a smasher, but probably leaves. It's just 7 quid for a classic, you know what I mean? And he's not always going to help you win, Mickey, but he never fucks you over. Like, he can get to 60 on AA, give or take, you know? So, I like Mickey for that. But let's have a look at market, manager sales, all. And we're looking at rares, aren't we? Yeah. Rare and MLS. Oh, no. This is what I want to look at. I want to look at Brazil. Because Brazil has some really good cards in it. Now, some of them will leave, could leave, and all the rest of it. But Alex Telles, I would buy him. He's just went back to Brazil from Saudi. Showed some really good signs already. Botafogo just won the Champions League, essentially, the Copa Libertadores. 11 quid for a guy like that. Easy pickup. Thiago Silva. I don't know if he's going to stay on for next year, so you maybe need to research that, right? But a guy like him for a tenner feels really good. And these defenders are going to outscore MLS defenders so often. Luis Gustavo for under 2 quid doesn't feel too bad, does it? But he is old as dirt. But for a quid, I don't think that's a bad pull, to be honest with you. We do the gallery reviews on the channel for members. To get a membership, you just need to click on the join button. It's just below the video today. Or if you go into the membership tab on my YouTube homepage, it's £1 a week. We do gallery reviews every week. We do lineup building every week. As soon as you become a member, the Telegram group's popping off here. Dom's getting involved. As soon as you become a member, you come into the Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord had a baby, but it's way, way better. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. And I never mentioned this earlier, actually. Every limited card that I win, that I need to say going forward, isn't in Contender, because I'm going to actually be playing limited Contender now. We'll talk about that in another time. I've maybe spoke about it a little bit already. I give them away. So if I win limiteds from any... I'll probably will still give away limiteds that I win in there, but I don't want to be under pressure to do it in case I've got something that could help me, because I'm going to be playing it. Yeah, I probably will still give them away, actually, because I'll be playing it with other stuff that's established already, so not too worried about that. João Victor's back in Brazil. He was a highly rated prospect at Corinthians when Benfica bought him. You could build a really good MLS team, by the way, Brasileiro team. There's some really good players here. The problem is not enough of them play in the same team, and that can be a bit tricky at times. The goalkeepers can be expensive as well. Marcusson only at £14. Is he nailed? It does look nailed. He missed the last game, but maybe he played a youngster or something. But Marcusson, Rafael's the goalkeeper I would have wanted. He's moved to Sao Paulo. So although he's a mini aero card, he's a limited scarcity. So he's only got so many cards. And Sao Paulo are one of the better teams in the division, as you can see here. As far as a goalkeeper goes, he's been really solid. So I like Rafael. 40 quid, that's not bad. Classic keepers, like you just seen there with the threes, you're kind of looking at 20 to 30 quid. But for limited scarcity, better team, I don't mind that. Alexandro's just went back to Brazil as well. And like Flamengo, one of the better teams. So I think like I would probably, like if you're just after summer, I would be a wee bit more inclined to have like maybe 8 Brazil cards. You've already got MLS there already, and then try and get some MLS classics to kind of supplement it. But the good thing about the Brazilian league is like you can see the players that work and the ones that don't. Now some of them can change your mind. Paulinho here maybe looks like he's not up to much, but Paulinho, his problem is he's always injured. But when he's fit, he can get on a run. You know, he is a good player. Him and Luis Enrique, I think it was on the last page here. I'll go back to show him. Oh, Ramelow. I like Ramelow, by the way. I know Sorare Holland might not agree, so I don't think he was that good in Holland, but I like Ramelow. His SO5 scores were good, but maybe not IRL. Phil, I don't think he's doing that good there. I don't think they're that happy with him. Maybe I'm wrong. Gregori is back in Brazil. That is a very powerful card, because I can tell you before I click on this, he is going to have like 45 duels won and like 12 tackles, isn't he? 1 tackle, 4, doubled. Let's see. Duel 1, 17. Lost 2. How did I know that? Gregor is a boss. Like I thought he'd have done way better at Miami, because he went to Miami off the back of playing like this in Brazil. But Gregor, like for under a fiver, man. I mean, what are we doing? Come on. Him, Tellez, like you could build a quality squad here for under 50 quid. Like very easily. Some of them are older, right? But you know they're probably not going to leave for the most part. Some of them are just back in Brazil, so there's less kind of jeopardy on them like flipping back over to Europe. I came back here to look for Luis Enrique. I don't know if I've missed him or if he wasn't on this page. There he's there. I'm a big fan of this guy. Under 23 as well, by the way. And I think there is some rumours of him maybe being linked back to Europe. But he is too good to play in Brazil. So the longer he's there, like the better he'll be in there, you know. So getting back in the Brazil team as well, by the way. Kyle Jorge failed at Juve. He's maybe not, he's not doing bad in Brazil, is he? But he's just not always playing. But I think if you're looking at that in the summer, like you'll build a boss lineup, a good differential lineup as well, because there's no cards for these. So Alex Tellez has got limited cards. All these guys have got limited cards for the most part. I mean, limited as in they're not going to get new season issues, and there's not that many that exist right now. So they're good differentials. And you can see with some of the scoring power of them. Dimitri Payet was there. We've not even looked at him. I think he's doing shit over there, but to be honest with you. And I've not mentioned Memphis Depay because we don't really know how long he's going to stay in Brazil, because Corinthians do have some financial worries. Depay did good in the last few games. Talk of the devil. Yeah, very good. I think I don't know what's going to happen with him, so it's hard to really talk about him. Junior Alonso, I think he gets international utility. Older Brazilians have gone home to retire, not worried about them leaving. Yeah, same. And they could play for fucking ever. Look at the age of Thiago Silva, you know what I mean? Steve Clark is going to end up in Brazil. I'm only joking, Rico, man. I couldn't believe after Steve Clark left Portland that he went to Houston. I just couldn't believe Houston took him on, but so anything could happen. The reason I'm saying this, I find it hard to imagine a team wanting him, but it's already happened, so no reason to imagine it couldn't happen again. And yeah, is there any other players here that are worth? And again, there'll be players that go back to Brazil, maybe in this transfer window. Maybe one or two of them leave, so you maybe need to be a bit careful. I've always been a huge fan of this Marcos Antonio, by the way. His AA is okay, it's not that great, but he is a really good football player. Could do better. For £1, is it worth having him? I don't know. And I've been really motivated to get into Brazil on Sorare for the last couple of seasons, but I've just never had the brain power or the budget to go and like bring some guys in. I do have some guys that have moved there. Magno, Christian Pavon, God almighty, I forgot he even existed. Fernando Regis. This Jean Lucas, by the way, he was a good player in France. Not that good in Brazil. But I watched him a few times. I thought he was actually quite a tidy player. Like Acevedo's one of my guys. He's just signed on permanently, so you might see more of him next year. And yeah, I think we're into the dregs of it all, aren't we? So yeah, Red or Dead, if I was you, mate, this is... Oh, I just seen something on the last page, by the way, so we're going to go back, because that could be exciting. This Viña, by the way, I've got a feeling he used to be good. Or maybe just smashed that one time. Let's go back. Victor Hugo, I think he did good as well, by the way. No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, he did. For a minute. I did see him. Arezzo. I don't know what his problem is, why he's not playing. He's at Gremio. This is like a wonder kid striker. I thought we'd have ended up in MLS, but went to Spain. Never worked out. £3. There's some really interesting pickups that are dirt cheap at Classic here. Yannick Bolasie. Who the fuck are you playing for? Krichi Kuma. Never heard of them. Had no idea he was out there. Had no idea he had cards, really, to be honest with you. So yeah, mate, Red or Dead, I think that's the way to go. Because looking at the guys you've got here, you've already got an Everaldo, which is fine enough. I don't know if you've actually just went out and picked these guys up right now, but the firepower you've got here isn't going to be enough up front. You need better forwards. You do need better mids, you need better defenders. And like, if we're looking at Classic, because the only thing you can buy now is Classic cards. If you want to wait for in-season stuff, that's different, of course. You know, like you get better bang for buck in Brazil than you do in MLS. And you should still keep your eye on MLS, because guys like Santi Rodriguez, at 30 quid, I think is a bargain anyway. But he might move, or he might even be 20 quid next month, which is even better. And, you know, copy and paste that against any other MLS player. I'd go for Brazil. And if you want to do MLS, you're probably waiting for in-season to come, because it'll then further kill the Classic prices a bit harder. And maybe you do want some in-seasons anyway, and they're not available now.